Yes, West Ham Network, it's Holly, and today we are going to be thinking about a huge question that we will know the answer to in a matter of hours. Can West Ham beat Leverkusen? So we are rapidly approaching the second leg of West Ham's Europa League semi-final against Bayer Leverkusen. We are currently 2-0 down on aggregate, so we've got our work cut out as we go head-to-head with the team that have not only just won the Bundesliga, but they have also gone unbeaten in 43 matches. So needless to say, the odds are slightly stacked against us, with Paqueta and Emerson missing out due to suspension, plus multiple injuries and question marks over availability of key players. But do I think we can do it? Of course I do. Now, before you call me crazy, let me just try and explain myself. We have got absolutely nothing to lose against Leverkusen, and one goal could absolutely change everything. We would be on the front foot and they would probably be quite surprised. Now, we've got no option but to give absolutely everything and just fight until the end. And while Leverkusen, they have an incredible record, they've not been in a losing situation often. So if we can pile on the pressure and get an early goal or even two, they might actually struggle mentally to recover. Plus, I can't bring myself to ever expect us to lose. I don't know why. It's a bit of an issue that I have, but statistically, it might be the most unlikely outcome that we win. But where's the fun in thinking that we're going to lose? So we've got players to potentially come back in, another positive, and all we need is 2 goals to take it to penalties, or 3 goals to win it without the stress of going to penalties, ideally. Is it going to be tough? Absolutely. But is it impossible? Absolutely not. Now, hopes are still high, and it sounds as though the players are fully aware that they need to ramp it up to save us from dropping out of the Europa League. And Fabianski actually spoke about the fact that we were defending too deep in the first leg, as well as the ability to make a ball do a lot of the work for us and how we need to be able to do this. And he spoke about the fact that we've got to go into the second leg believing that everything is possible and that we can do it. And there's no doubt that Leverkusen will be confident, but this isn't the first time we've been in a situation that's like this, and there is an opportunity for us to still progress in Europe, and we need it more than ever to keep hopes high. Here, Fabianski actually spoke about the sides to Leverkusen's game, which makes them such a difficult opposition, including their 1-2s. We saw how quickly they were passing the ball around on the edge of our box, and it was rather frightening. But ultimately, what cost us in the first leg was 2 split-second mistakes from set pieces, something that we were previously brilliant about. Now, one of the biggest risks is that going so attacking, we obviously leave ourselves really open to conceding as well, which would kill off our chances. So as well as trying our best to defend, something we've not been doing particularly well recently, we just need to get those goals. And Fabianski also mentioned this, explaining how important it is to control the game, so not just completely leave ourselves open, but choose the right moments and remain patient. And that said, I'm sure we'd all feel a lot more confident if we did get an early lead. And I think as the minutes tick on in this game, if we're not leading by at least 2, 3 or more goals, which obviously might be a little optimistic, I think we're going to have to just throw more and more at it, which is going to leave us more and more open. So we could see a dramatic end to the game. And here we go. We can see that Fabianski, in fact, it's not on here, but Fabianski also ended by saying that fans always create magical nights in Europe, so the team will do their best to give another night that we can be proud of. And we've got Souček here, also spoke about our hopes against Leverkusen, reminding us that we did come back from 1-0 down against Sevilla in the first leg of the Europa League to win 2-1 on aggregate with a massive home performance. And I was there and I still remember that atmosphere like it was yesterday. It's absolutely nothing like I've ever heard before. And I've got no doubt that it's going to be exactly the same against Leverkusen, because we are up for it. And finally, he went on to chat about how important the fans are in boosting the team, obviously, as well as the team giving the crowd reasons to give 100% from their side as well. And this quote sees him talk about the atmosphere and the magic of those European nights that we so desperately want to keep at West Ham. Interesting times. Now, in terms of players missing, we do face another challenge there. Paqueta and Emerson are both out due to their suspensions, which was very, very disappointing to happen in the first leg. But we've also got pretty serious injury concerns about 5 players, which include Bowen, Areola, Phillips, Earthy and Mavropanos. But while we did have some good news today with Bowen looking fit in training, plus Phillips and Areola being back in training, it is understood that a late decision is what's going to happen in terms of whether or not they're going to be included in the game. But if we do see the likes of Bowen play, whether that's in the starting 11 or as a sub, it's going to bring such a well-needed boost, and also give Leverkusen something to worry about. They were probably quite happy when they heard that Bowen may not be starting. I actually asked on X for your thoughts, and here are some of your responses. As you can see, almost everybody believes that we need a miracle, but there's a common theme, and it's that if we just run at Leverkusen and play fearless football, we are going to have our best shot at getting through to the next stage. There have also been suggestions that a pre-match lasagna could be in order. We all know what that means, as well as people wondering whether they may have taken their eye off the ball when they were celebrating winning the league. I imagine they haven't forgotten that this game is coming up, but you'd like to think that maybe they haven't gone out and partied, but maybe they're just a bit distracted. But basically, we need to give it absolutely everything because we need to score a minimum of 2 more goals than they do tomorrow night. And as a few people have said about our defence, we just can't sit back and absorb pressure from Leverkusen. So we may as well go out and just try to outscore them. Now, I want to hear your thoughts as well. So drop us a comment below with your expectations for the Leverkusen game and what approach you think that we need to take for us to have the best chance of winning on aggregate. Make sure you've given this video a thumbs up, please, if you have enjoyed it. And until next time, let's get a win, please, and come on, you Irons.